In the start of the story, a boy was born on a small farm in South Africa. His name was Peter Keith. Everyone called him PK with affection. A few days before his birth, his father died. His family faced trouble. A few years later, he learned about an event when a dangerous disease spread among the animals on the farm. Because of this, all the cows on his farm died. Due to this event, PK's mother was very sad. She felt she could not manage the farm the way her husband did, but PK's mother did not want him to neglect his studies, so she enrolled him in a boarding school. This school was run by Afrikaners. These were people who came to Africa from Europe hundreds of years ago. They believed black people were less than them. They also disliked English people completely. They hated English people. On the first day of school, when PK attended history class, the teacher told the children about the wars between the Afrikaners and the English. All the children listened to the teacher very carefully. The teacher told the children a story about how the English were very bad, and they had oppressed their people. Then PK realized he was the only British person in the class. As if that was not enough, a boy sitting behind PK suddenly spat on his face. The entire class was against him. The next day was not easy for PK. A cruel boy named Bolta came with some of his friends and cornered PK in the bathroom. After that, they began insulting him, and then the three of them cursed him. That child was being bullied a lot. PK was so scared that he wet his bed in his sleep. As if that was not enough, the next day the news came that his mother had also died. He went home for his mother's funeral. PK regretted that he left his mother in a sick condition and was not ready to leave. Perhaps if he had stayed, his mother would have found a reason to live. PK's family now had only his grandfather left, who lived in another country. Before going to school, PK told his mother how the children at school bullied him a lot. That woman loved PK like her own son. To solve PK's problem, his mother called a man named Dabula Monzi. He was a healer of their tribe. He was called to remove PK's fear. After a special African ritual of spitting, he made PK stand in front of an elephant, so that his fear would end. When the elephant roared loudly, PK did not run away from it, and the elephant touched his hand with its trunk. PK's fear was completely gone. Also, those people of the tribe gave PK a rooster before he went to school. According to them, it would protect him. Now, whenever the cruel children came to bully PK, the rooster would give him a warning. It did not make much difference, but at least PK would get a chance to prepare. Some more time passed and the Second World War began. There was war everywhere. Students who hated the British began idolizing Hitler, and they had only one target in the entire school, and that was PK. One day, all the students caught PK and handed him over to Breston. Breston was no less than a tyrant. He slapped PK hard, and to show his strength, he even killed PK's rooster. PK's fear had now turned into anger. He pushed Breston with all his strength. Breston fell down, and a small flag pierced his backside. Breston hung PK upside down to take revenge, and now he wanted to kill him. At the last moment, the school teacher arrived there. He slapped Breston for this cruel act, and for trying to kill another student. Breston was also expelled from the school. After this incident at the school, PK was sent back to his grandfather, who had now returned from another country. But he was not ready to take PK's responsibility yet. So, he gave the responsibility of raising him to a man named Doc. Doc had fled from Germany under Hitler's rule and came here. His entire family was killed by the Nazis. Who else was there in this world besides the two of them? Only they did not know when they became a family from this teacher and student. Life was going very well. Doc was teaching PK how to live his life, but one day the British police suddenly arrested Doc because he hid the fact that he was German. The British put him in jail. But the head of the jail and many guards were German, and they allowed PK to meet Doc whenever he wanted, so that the child would not feel alone. PK and Doc's relationship remained strong even behind bars. But the problem still remained. PK was still troubled at school. Doc understood his problem and introduced him to Gil to train him. Gil had spent almost his entire life in jail. And now, at Doc's request, he became PK's boxing coach. The first thing he taught PK was to use his brain first, then his heart. In return for the first training session, Gil asked Doc for tobacco, but Sergeant Borman overheard him and without any warning, he began beating Gil in front of everyone. But Gil endured the pain quietly. PK thought he would give tobacco to Gil, no matter what he had to do. Then PK continued to learn boxing. As he grew up, he improved at boxing. He earned a place in the jail championship. Gil trained PK very well. PK had now become very strong and powerful. After winning the jail championship, PK earned respect among the black Africans. PK used to hide in a pot for the prisoners and bring tobacco into the jail. One day, Gil was going to his cell with a bucket of tobacco from PK. Then Borman caught Gil. Gil threw the bucket at that moment, but Borman knew the truth. Gil said that you are so fond of eating tobacco. He mixed some mud with tobacco on his shoes and told Gil to lick it. By doing this, Borman was having a lot of fun. Later, Gil told PK that one day I will surely expose his cruel behavior in front of the world, and then I will punish him for all the pain he caused me. A few days later, there was news of Hitler's death and the end of the war. Hearing this, Doc was very happy. He was looking forward to going home. But PK was very sad about this. He did not want Doc to leave him and go somewhere else. After a while, Doc was put in charge of a welcome concert, which was in celebration of the commissioner's arrival. PK and Gil took advantage of the occasion and wrote a song in an African language, in which the guards were being mocked, right under their noses. The day of the concert came, and everyone was nervous. The head of the jail warned everyone that if any mistake was made, their fun would turn into punishment. But as soon as the music started, all the prisoners began singing the song with joy. The guards were confused. They could not understand anything. Meanwhile, Gil was finishing his laundry work. Then Borman caught him and began hitting Gil and asking him the meaning of the song. Gil thought a lot before answering, but then he said that it means the guards are cowards. And he started calling Borman a coward again and again, as if Gil was finding peace in this. Borman got very angry and hit Gil with a stick with all his strength, which injured Gil badly. On the other hand, PK felt that Gil was missing, so he ran to find Gil. Before he could find Gil, it was too late. While dying, Gil thanked PK for uniting all the black tribes together, and repeated the same thing he had told PK the first time. First, use your mind, not your heart. A few more years passed, and PK had now become a young man. He was studying in an English school in Johannesburg at the time. PK continued his boxing in school. One day, a match happened in which PK fell down as soon as he took the first punch. He was about to lose that match when he saw a girl who was telling PK to get up. Along with that, he heard some chants from outside. These were the voices of black students, who were not allowed to come to the stadium due to racial discrimination. They could only watch from outside. PK gained courage from all these things and stood up. He started punching his opponent one by one, after which PK won this fight in a great way. Everyone was busy praising PK, but PK's eyes were only looking for that girl. With the help of his friend Maury, PK found that girl. That girl's name was Maria, and she was the daughter of a man named Daniel, who was a very important leader of the Afrikaner Party. PK wanted to meet that girl. So at night, he gathered courage and entered Maria's boarding school. After that, he went to meet her on Maria's balcony. They did not get much time with each other, but PK promised Maria that he would talk to her father about marriage tomorrow. The next day, Maury took PK to a gym where white and black people trained together. PK met Hoppy, who was the owner of this gym, and also a very good boxing coach. Hoppy was very impressed with PK's boxing talent, and he decided to train PK himself. But despite all this, PK was still thinking about Maria. The next day, he went to her house to talk to Maria's father. But Maria's father told him not to even think about it in his dreams. Otherwise, I will punish you severely. But Maria did not care about this. She went against her father and came to the boxing gym to meet PK. After a while, PK's way was stopped by Elias. Elias had already been in jail with Gil. He was a boxing agent. Elias told him that when your match was happening, I was the one who gathered the people outside. Then he introduced PK to Duma. Duma challenged PK by saying that black people also have as much strength as you do. If you have courage, then come and fight me. PK happily accepted his challenge. After that, he went to Alexandra with them. It was a town of black people where there was a lot of poverty. Many people had come to see Duma and PK's fight. Both were punching each other in the ring. Both were very good fighters. But Duma was still hitting PK hard. He knocked PK down on the mat with his powerful punch. But PK did not give up. As soon as the next round started, PK began looking for Duma's weaknesses. But Duma knocked him out again. As soon as PK fell, the same things from his childhood came to his mind, and he thought that he could never give up. In the next round, PK threw 8 powerful punches that softened Duma's heart. Each punch was faster than the previous one. Duma fell down, and PK had won. But no one was happy about his victory. All the black people were Duma's supporters. It was quiet everywhere, but Duma really liked PK's style of fighting. He stood up and raised PK's hand and said, "This is the warrior who never gives up," after which everyone danced happily. Now everyone started considering PK as one of their own. Gil had told many stories about PK, that he is not like everyone else. He had also united all the black tribes in jail. These stories started spreading more and more. After some time, PK returned to his boarding school. He wanted to see Maria. PK told Maria everything about Alexandra, how the people there were living in such bad conditions. You will understand. That night, Maria was having dinner with her family at home. Now she was also very worried about the people of Alexandra. When her family members were saying bad things about black people, she lost her temper. She said, "I want to go to Alexandra. I want to give those poor people their rights. We have come to their country, not them." Daniel was very angry at these words and slapped Maria. On the other hand, PK and Maury welcomed Duma and his friends from Alexandra to the English school. This work was not without danger. The next day, when the class was going on, Maria suddenly arrived there, and she said, "I also want to help you teach these people." PK thanked her and said, "Don't come here. It will increase the chances of trouble." The next day, PK was called to the headmaster's room, and the headmaster's words hit him like a punch. The school received an order from Colonel Botha and his assistant Brayton to stop teaching black people. Botha and Brayton were the same officers who had troubled PK so much in the boarding school. Now they were working for Daniel after joining the police. They were also spying on PK and Maury for Daniel. The next day, the headmaster called them back to his room and said that you both are getting a chance to go to Oxford University on a full scholarship. Going to Oxford University was the dream of any student studying there. But PK understood to some extent that this was Daniel's plan to get them out of his way. A few days later, when PK was training with Duma in the gym, Brayton came to seal the gym with some of his soldiers, and he blamed PK's school activities for it. Brayton told his soldiers to attack them without saying anything. He warned them directly that it would not be good to mess with black people. He wanted to show his strength by doing this. Now PK was very scared. He realized that no matter how hard he tried, he could not fight the government. He had decided to go to Oxford University, and now he had come to convince Maria to come with him. When PK was passing outside the gym, he met the owner of the gym, Hoppy, who was making a painting outside the gym, in which black and white people were fighting together. It was a bold statement against the government. He had decided that he was not afraid of anyone. Everyone will live together in my gym. But the next day, Brayton came to the gym with his soldiers at night and threw everyone out and set the gym on fire. When the soldiers were taking Hoppy to jail, Hoppy told PK never to stop fighting. And it did not mean just boxing. It meant that it is necessary to fight for the truth. After hearing Hoppy's words, PK also decided that he would not give up so easily. He started teaching black Africans with the help of Maury and Maria. He was using the church for this. Everything was going very well. At that time, Botha and Brayton raided the church. And then the beating began there. In the midst of all this, a stick accidentally hit Maria's face. After that, as she fell to the ground, she died in a moment. PK could not bear all this anymore. When he went to Maria's funeral, Daniel got angry. He moved forward to kill him. PK was not afraid of him anymore. In the meantime, a voice came from afar. All the children of Alexandra had come with their families, whom Maria had also taught. Their unity forced Daniel to back off. After Maria's death, PK was broken inside. His courage was gone. He had given up. When PK went to Dumas to tell him that he was going to Oxford, "I cannot do it anymore." But he saw the children there speaking English, which PK had taught them. PK realized that it was more important for him to stay here. To change the situation, he had to face the fire. He changed his decision to go to Oxford, that the fight must continue. One evening, a commotion broke out in Alexandria. Many soldiers had entered there, and they began harassing the people of Alexandria. They were asking for PK's whereabouts. PK and Dumas hurriedly tried to escape from there. They were running away from the crowd. That's when Brayton shot Dumas in the leg, but Dumas still told PK to run away. All the people also helped PK to escape. Dumas' leg was indeed shot, but it was not too serious. And then he saw Colonel Botha there, and his blood boiled. Dumas saw the opportunity and picked up a spear and stabbed it into Botha's chest, which killed Botha on the spot. On the other hand, Brayton was about to kill Elias. In the meantime, PK attacked him. Finally, he got a chance to take revenge on Brayton. PK fought Brayton and overpowered him. That's when Brayton saw the opportunity and picked up a pistol in his hand, and he was about to shoot PK. That's when Dumas brought a cricket bat and hit it hard on Brayton's face, which killed Brayton. Finally, Dumas and PK escaped from there. They praised each other and promised that they would not stop until the situation here changes. If you like the story, then like it and follow the channel. See you in the next story. Goodbye.